What's going on, everyone? Only Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've never really done this before. I'm going to be reacting to 3 mock trades, involving the Toronto Raptors. Of course, the team that I cover most, the basketball team I cover most on this channel. And I found these quotes from a Raptors website. I believe it's called Raptors Raptor, something like that. So I'm just I found 3 interesting ones that, I think could benefit the Raptors. I wasn't going to get into the silly ones that I don't really agree with, that are there's no way Masai Ujiri's doing it. I wasn't even going to talk about those, but I'm going to go to the ones that I think are, somewhat possible. I don't really think there's any, possible, guarantee as to who the Raptors will trade for and what kind of trade they're going to make. But there's 3 trades that I think the Raptors, would benefit off of, and I think, could definitely end up making them. And we're going to start off with the first trade that has Jakob Poeltl and Thaddeus Young coming to the Raptors in exchange for Chris Boucher, Goran Dragic, and a 2023 first-round pick, of course, with the San Antonio Spurs. I think this is a trade that is definitely possible because the Raptors have been rumored in being interested in Jakob Poeltl, the center, of course, who was in the Kawhi Leonard trade. I think he's definitely a guy who can come in here and definitely be a guy that the Raptors could really benefit off of, as of course that center position is really lacking still. So I think Poeltl's definitely a possibility for the Raptors, the team that drafted him. Taking a look at his numbers this year, he's averaging 12.5 points and 9 rebounds per game this season with the San Antonio Spurs in 28 minutes. So he's definitely a guy who's going to come in, give you some rebounding, and a little bit of offense if you need it. So I definitely, I like this trade. You're not giving up much. Obviously a first round pick is a lot, but the goal is for next season that to be a later first round pick, of course. And you're getting Thaddeus Young, a good win now piece. Thaddeus Young is a guy that I think the Raptors could definitely, use. I mean, he's not going to be a make-or-break guy or anything. And it's not like the Raptors are they need to win this year, and it's not like that's even the expectation. But this will be more of a Thaddeus Young coming to the Raptors would be more of a move that would, make it go through in terms of the cap. But Boucher, I think, is definitely a guy the Raptors could very well trade. I think it's a possibility because of his contract ending and because of his age. I think the Raptors are trying to go younger, and I think Jakob Poeltl will be a very, very good piece for this Toronto Raptors team as they look to build, as he's still just 26 years of age. So I really like Jakob Poeltl, and I really like this mock trade. I would definitely, if I'm Masai Ujiri, I would definitely think about this, and I would probably do it. But if I could add a protection to that first round pick and lottery protect it, then it's a no-brainer for me. So I really like this trade. The next mock trade is a 3-team trade, very interesting trade, and it has the Toronto Raptors getting Marvin Bagley, Dwight Powell, and 2 second-round picks, one in 2022 from Sacramento and one in 2024 from the Mavericks. And this trade is really interesting because I think it benefits every team here. The Sacramento Kings would get Chris Boucher, Malachi Flynn, Willie Cauley-Stein, and a 2023 second-round pick from the Raptors. So they would get a good young player, promising young point guard in Malachi Flynn to add to their guard pool already stacked with De'Aaron Fox, Davion Mitchell, and, of course, Tyrese Halliburton. So I think this is definitely something that the Kings might be interested in. Marvin Bagley's trade value has been kind of up and down. So I think that's definitely an interesting trade. And then for the Mavericks, they're not giving up a whole lot. I think it's just Willie Cauley-Stein, a second-round pick, and Dwight Powell, and they would get Goran Dragic, that piece that they've been looking for, very interested in for a while now. I think if Goran Dragic is moved in the end, I think it would be to the Dallas Mavericks. So I think, and they also get the rights to Nando De Colo, who is the point guard. So I definitely think this is an interesting trade, and I think it kind of benefits every team. The Mavericks get that piece in Goran Dragic that they want, and they think is gonna, make them, an even better team over in the Western Conference. The Raptors get a good center in Dwight Powell, the Canadian, Marvin Bagley, a young power forward, who is pretty flexible and could play at the center spot if you need him to at times. And then the Kings, they're getting Chris Boucher, a guy who they can extend, and he can be a good player for them next year. Willie Cauley-Stein, a second-round pick. And, of course, Malachi Flynn, the main piece. And what they would be getting is a very good young point guard. They could potentially use it in another trade moving forward. I know they're rumored in on Ben Simmons and Domantas Sabonis. So I think these are pieces that they could definitely use over in Sacramento. If I'm the Raptors, I'm doing this trade. It's a little bit tough to trade Malachi Flynn, but at the end of the day, if you're getting a piece in Marvin Bagley, like Malachi, he's a guy where he doesn't play much right now, and we're kind of slowing his development down. So I think Malachi, if we trade him, it's not the end of the world. Honestly, I think we still have a good point guard and good guard pool. With of course Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr. OG could play that spot if you really need him to. Delano Banton. So there's definitely some options for the Raptors at the point guard spot. And then, guys, the final mock trade, which I would also do. I think this is a very, very good trade because Boucher is on the final deal of his contract. This would really interest me, this deal. It would send Chris Boucher to the Phoenix Suns, who could be looking for a piece to help them in the playoffs as they go on their playoff run. I definitely think it's a move that they might be interested in to pair along with DeAndre Ayton. And then the Raptors would receive 2 second-round picks in 2023 and 2025, as well as Jalen Smith, the very young power forward. Jalen Smith, he's just a second-year player who was drafted in the first round, 10th overall in 2022 by the Suns. He's a, like I said, very young guy. He's still got tons of room to grow. He's on a small sample size this season. He's averaging 13.9 minutes per game, 6.5 points per game, and 5.5 boards per game. So he's definitely still young. He's definitely a guy the Raptors could develop like they do with most of their players, and they would have a bright young power forward / center core of Precious Achiuwa and Jalen Smith, 2 guys drafted in the first round of that draft. I definitely like this move. I think of all 3 of these moves, I think this one could be the most likely, just because of how I think the Raptors will be interested in trading Boucher by the deadline, and I think Phoenix could be a team interested in him as they go on their playoff run, and what they hope is another NBA Finals and an NBA title. So I think this is definitely a move that could benefit both sides. And if I'm Masai Ujiri, I'm pulling the trigger on this one. But that is the final trade, guys, in this 3 mock trade video. That's really all I got in this video, though, guys. You guys let me know down below in the comments section your thoughts on these 3 mock trades. Would you do them or would you not? Let me know down below in the comment section, all that good stuff. Put it down there. And let me know if you guys are, like videos like these. I haven't really done this before, but if you guys are interested in them, please do let me know in the comment section. I will try my best to kind of look for videos and content like this and try and make videos on them. That goes for any team, any sport, whatever you guys want. Of course, the main teams on this channel are the Jays, the Blue Jays, the Raptors, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the New York Giants. But let me know down below in the comment section. And as always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Let's go Raptors.